Okay, hello and welcome, people. Um, Let me get the overlay up as usual. All right, everyone, welcome to the stream. Um, Final game before the All-Star break. And it is the Heat taking on the Nets. Big game in terms of how the teams sit in the standings. The Nets in fifth, the Heat in sixth. We need to get a victory. The Heat are very short-handed, as you can see on the right-hand side, where you can look at the stats. We've only got one stat today, but it's a decent one. We have not lost to any team in the Southeast Division. And as you can see, it marks the most wins without a loss for any team versus any division this season. So if there's any opportunity to get a W, it's probably now. To the right or to the left, sorry, you'll see some quotes that Jacques Vaughan has said pre-game. And the first one talks about Seth Curry, who is returning today. It's going to be very interesting to see how the minutes are staggered, how many minutes he gets, because offense has been lacking. And Seth Curry can create his own shot. So we're going to need him to deliver as much as we can, or as much as he can. You can also see the second quote talks about Spencer Dinwiddie and Mikal Bridges being leaders in the locker room. I mean, it's all good and well to be leaders in the locker room, but you've got to perform on the court when the opportunity's presented. They did not do that the other day. Spence, did very well in the first half. But when we actually needed someone to properly stabilize the offense, Spence wasn't there for it. So, it's just going to be interesting to see how the offense navigates itself, especially with no clear number one scorer. There's a quote here which I really think is funny, but it's also very real and true. The Nets made a perfect Luka Doncic team for Spencer Dinwiddie. That's just building on the fact that we don't have a clear number one offensive player. But all these pieces would be excellent complementary pieces around Luka Doncic. So I think it's going to be key in the offseason. We need someone that can actually just be the focal point of our offense and will take a huge step up as a team. The last thing that was mentioned briefly was that there's been rejected offers for Mikal Bridges when trades were valid and eligible. But Dorian Finney-Smith also had two firsts offered. Now, we don't know the conditions of what was offered, whether they were protected, what teams were offering them, how, that would tell us how strong the picks actually were. But that said, the fact that we didn't bite on those deals probably speaks volumes about, there's no incentive for us to be shit, basically. So yeah, but if we look at well, you can't see it yet, but you will see it now. The injuries, well, there's nothing there. I don't know why the starting five is bugging out. That's really annoying. But in terms of injuries, if I just scroll down slowly, so that's Boston. You've just seen that we've skipped the Nets because we're actually fully healthy today, which is awesome news. The problem is I can't show you the starting five because it's bugged out, but the starting five, you haven't missed anything. It's the exact same as it was the other day. So it's going to be an interesting one, how we navigate minutes. I'm interested to see how JV combines the squad for this game. It's going to be very interesting, the minute allocation. Yeah, I honestly couldn't pick what Jacques Vaughan's going to do. A lot of people have been saying that Cam Thomas isn't getting enough minutes, which I fully get because I mean, we need offense, and he provides it. Not as efficiently the other day, but he does provide it. And I've seen a few little mock starting fives surrounding Cam Thomas being the primary point guard in the first unit, which would make a lot of sense. But then, yeah, I'm trying to think. And another play that really strikes me as needing to do or have more opportunity is Clax. I don't know how he only got 23 minutes the other day. Absolute crime by Jacques Vaughan. I don't want to see that again, especially in a game today where we're playing Bam Adebayo. Last time he was shut down in that 1 point win that was won at the buzzer, basically. So it's going to be another test yet again. Alrighty. I don't know where the scoreboard's gone. Alrighty. Let me get the stopwatch all prepared and ready to go. Alrighty. Gabriel, welcome to the stream, my guy. Dark Shadow, welcome as well. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. We need to win though. It's just essential because that gap, that little cushion that we did have at the very start of this era, has already closed down a little bit, especially with that loss to the Knicks. So, look, the Heat aren't missing their best players. Like, they've got them at their disposal, but the problem is, for them, is the lack of role players they've got around him. I think we need to commit to the development of Cam Thomas. Kai used to have some awful first halves before going off in the fourth. Well, yeah, I don't know if Cam Thomas is the same play, but look, I think you've just got to give him as much run as possible, you know? There's an opportunity here, especially with no offensive weapons, that he can really take the lead. So, yeah. I don't know. Here we go. So, Spence, McCall, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith, Clax, the 5 on the floor. McCall hasn't been in a win yet. Nor has Cam Johnson. Those two will need to step up. It's never been one or the other. It's always been, or it's never been both. It's always been one or the other that have fired in the few games they've played. I think they're afraid to have to pay Cam Thomas if he shines yet. Anyone have details on his contract? Well, it'd be a rookie scale contract, which wouldn't be too much. It was a late first round pick, so they're paid a little bit less. I don't actually know what the terms are, but I don't think that is in the back of anyone's mind. Jacques Vaughan couldn't give a shit about the contract situation. Miami will be a tough opponent. Indeed, they will. For sure, but they're very depleted. I think they have about 6 injuries. They're missing Duncan Robinson. Who else? Kyle Lowry. Hero. And some of their bench players as well. The other day, they played an 8-man rotation with one of their 2-way players playing. So, I mean, this is one, you see it on the schedule, you see the situation, the circumstances, you have to get it done. There's not really any, what's the word? Any excuses at this point. So yeah, the Heat are starting Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Bam Adebayo. They lost to Denver. They did compete with them though the other day, so we need to be fully aware of that. But overall, I'm fairly confident with this game. I mean, the other day wasn't very convincing by any stretch. We played awfully, but I have full hope that they can bounce back. It's going to be very, very important though that we get a good start. That's what it's gonna come down to. First quarter score prediction: 31-27 Miami. If it's a defensive quarter, it'll be 23-19 Miami. I'm just gonna say it's a 4-point lead. I hope that's not the case, but I think if we're being real and truthful, I think that may happen. So here we go. Big game. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Nice and early. We never used to get 20 people in chat right before tip, but awesome to see that now. So thank you. Last stream before the All-Star break. It's going to be a big one. We need to get off to a good start, as I've just said. Okay, here we go. Bam and Clacks in the jump ball. I got the keyboard actually within reach now, so I can activate the shot clock without having to move. Heat win the tip, and we are underway in this one. It is Gabe Vincent with the facilitation duties. Vincent, catch and shoot 3 is off. Rebound Cam Johnson. How do I not have 1K yet? I'm stuck on 934. I go up, I go down, I go up, and back down again. Spence, Johnson, spin into the paint. Bridges nearly lost it. Back out of Spence. Now Mikal Bridges picked up by Butler. Gets into the paint. The little push shot is good. And Bridges, who could not score for his life the other day, gets off to a good start here. Vincent out to Struce. Back across to Martin. And Butler now in the post. He's looking to feed it to someone. Doesn't. Shoots over Spence instead, and that is his spot. He scores for 2. And a minute has elapsed. Let me guess Cam Thomas isn't starting. No, he's not. I think it's the right decision, but I want to see more run from him. Finney Smith into the paint. He is fouled. It's going to be 2 shots. Blocking foul on, I believe, Gabe Vincent, who had collapsed into the paint. So Finney Smith going to shoot a couple of free throws. I think the aggression was one big thing we lacked the other day. So we're probably going to look to attack the paint more, especially when we couldn't buy a bucket. It was because we were settling for 3-pointers. Spence was a big part of that. And as we mentioned in the game at that present time, Spence sometimes has a tendency to fall into that pattern of shooting way too many 3-pointers for my liking. So Finney Smith, the second is good, gets the bounce, and it will be the Heat bringing it up. You're a really consistent man. Appreciate the hustle. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the support. Gabe Vincent, second 3's off. Spence is now going to look for Bridges in the high post. Skip past the Johnson on the catch. Got it! He's a sniper. Such a smooth-looking 3-point jump shot. And on that occasion, he knocks it down. Adebayo over Finney Smith. That's a tough shot. And he's been on a tear this season. He's been really strong. So the Nets are going to get into an offensive set. Clacks picked up by Butler, top of the key. Finney Smith didn't miss a 3 the other day. They may look to find him some more shots. Clacks is fed the ball in the paint. Gets it up and over. Missed it. And now the Heat in transition. Martin. Bridges with the block. Now Adebayo trying to face up Johnson. The spin, he got rid of him. And he missed the 2. So we could score the contested one. Couldn't score the uncontested wide open look from the same spot. And now Spence. Kick out. Bridges. 3. Rebound Adebayo, who's going to bring the ball up himself. Vincent doesn't shoot the 3. Good work by Johnson. Stayed with him. And now Butler trying to back down Finney Smith. He stays with him. And Butler doesn't get the bounce. Disciplined defense by your boy DFS. Twin 2. Gets right by the defense. And it was an easy layup. An absolute cakewalk for him. The lane was wide open. Scores for 2. 9-4 lead to the Nets. Butler rolls to the rim. Finney Smith gets over to help. Struce is wide open top of the key. And that hits back iron. They get the board. And the Heat will reset. Butler goes baseline. Falling out of play. Finds Martin open in the corner. 3 is off. They've had a lot of open 3s early and have not punished. And now Johnson Bounce pass, Dinwiddie, Finney-Smith. Gets by Martin, the block, and the rebound by Strus. It's a 2-on-2. Dinwiddie's back there. Strus does well. And it's another bucket. Dinwiddie, early offense. Martin blocks Finney-Smith in the corner, who was about to shoot a 3. And it will be a side out. Dragos need the Nets to win, got money on him. I mean, it's... I don't really know how much they're paying, but it's a good gamble. How many players can get 30 on this team? Spence and maybe Cam Thomas. Cam Johnson has scored 30. McCall probably can get there, but I don't think the odds are very high. So play resumes. Johnson to Bridges. And now they're going to look for Ben, but Ben waited. Vincent came at the ball. And blocked by Bridges. Met him as he was about to go up. And it will be not Nets ball. It will be Heat ball on the side. Bridges actually escorted the ball out of play. But yes, it is Heat ball. Those who have just joined us, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing excellent. Ben is in the game early. Clax has gone to the bench. And Strus, I don't know who he was looking for. Probably someone in the second row, as that's where the ball was headed. It's a turnover. We're playing at home? Yes, we are. So Ben is playing point center. Hand off to Bridges. Bounce past Ben. Excellent roll, Ben! Do that more often. I was actually watching a video recently about Ben Simmons, and this guy talked about how he's more potent when he's, rolling to the basket, not pulling up his run. On that occasion, he fully committed to the roll and got an easy 2 because of it. Probably doesn't do it that often, so they weren't even expecting it. Strus deep 3 is good. Ben's got to keep doing that. He's got to remain on the move. That's the problem. There he is again. Good roll. Corner 3 is wide open. Bridges. Got it. And see, that's exactly what happens when Ben rolls. 2 players on the perimeter were left wide open because they had to collapse on him. There was a mismatch in there. Alrighty. So Bam to Vincent. Switch. It's going to be a foul on the pass. And we have a timeout. It's 14-9, 6:33 to play in the first quarter. But that's exactly what Ben needs to do. He basically, on the second one, he basically got rid of Gabe Vincent and then got rid of Max Strus. So both times he was being more physical. And he was also being more aggressive on the roll. The problem is, we haven't seen that enough. Ben is usually a traffic cone. Not because he can't play defense. It's because he doesn't do anything on offense. He doesn't move. If I was the coach, I would tell him to do it again. Well, you've just got to, at some point, Jacques Vaughn has basically got to say to him, we can't give you minutes if you're not going to do anything. There's players on the bench that play hard like Utah, who didn't get minutes last game, and you had Ben playing 13 minutes, and they were the most useless 13 minutes I'd ever seen. Sumner helps carry the team when everyone was gone, and his reward is riding the pine. Well, look, it's always going to be a struggle because now we have Seth Curry back. How are you going to fit all these players in? The problem is, we're not a balanced roster. This trade, as much as it probably needed to happen, we don't have balance. We don't have, any centers. We've got a crap ton of wings, and we've got no scorers. But we also have 12 players who can play. 13, maybe 14 players. So it's like, where do you compromise? There's players that aren't going to be lucky, and we can discuss, Sumner, I would have loved to have seen him play against Brunson the other day because he's got pace and Brunson is very quick on his feet. So I think Sumner would have been a good matchup there. Tonight, I don't think so. with, you know, Strus and Vincent, they aren't nearly going to contribute the same amount of offense that Brunson did. This team is going to have to make some hard choices in the offseason. I don't think they're going to be difficult choices. I think the opportunity will present itself, but like we've got a lot of players we can get, you know, things for. Claxton, Thomas, Sumner, Watanabe, our Nets, and this kills me to see how they're being treated by JV. Oh, it's just like, as I said, the problem right now is the overreaction. The amount of overreacting I saw on Twitter was staggering. Saying that, oh, Jacques Vaughan this, Jacques Vaughan that, sack him, get rid of him, play this player more minutes, play this player more minutes. I mean, I understand the frustration. I'm frustrated at times, but at the same time, we're only what? We're less than 5 games into this new era with a new batch of players. I mean, if I'm going to be very surprised if you're able to come up with a team. It's very easy to say, oh, this guy should go in, this guy should exit the game. But you actually haven't seen what that could possibly mean on the court, because we've never seen it. We don't know how they're going to deliver on an NBA court, you know? It's going to take time. This situation is going to be so hard to maneuver. As I said, I don't know what the best lineup is, so why would Jacques Vaughan? So Bridges now picked up by Strus. He shoots from the edge of the paint, and that is a swish. Twitter aren't as well thought out in their NBA opinions as you. Well, I just want to keep it. Oh, Vincent scores a 3. We went under the screen, and a 3 is made. We're 10 games over 500, 9 games. But yeah, it's just like, calm down. That's what I want to stress on this channel. Mikal Bridges again from the edge of the paint scores for 2 more. And last game, he scored, I think, 5 or 7 points or something like that. He's already got 8 in the game. Or maybe more. He's got 9. Martin for 3 over Johnson. And that's one you can't do anything about. I mean, he scored in, or with the hand in his face. Ben to Johnson. Catch and shoot 3. It's automatic, but it's off. The Nets could get Victor? No way. Even if we lost every game, we still wouldn't have the worst record in the league. Strus in a switch. He's got Ben picking him up on the outside. And now Butler back to Strus. Now to the corner. Vincent doesn't have room to shoot. Now he shoots a step back baseline 2. It's off. And the follow by Orlando Robinson, who's in the game, is off. I've forgotten to start the timer, people. So at the next stoppage, I will fix that. The Heat just lost the point. Maybe someone's toe was on the line after the 3 was attempted. Ben? Oh, my Ben, dude. Just fucking don't shoot those, man. Bullshit hook shots from 10 feet ain't gonna happen. Martin is going to shoot 2 after Johnson fouls. So we've got 4:25 to play. Oh, my God. Far out, dude. 4:25. Okay, there we go. All fixed up. I just think it would have been better to let the new players earn their spots versus handing them starting roles and making the Nets players fight for their minutes. To be fair, Martin misses the first one. Royce and Seth Curry. And to be fair, you cannot have Spence, Mikal, Finney Smith, and Cam Johnson playing bench minutes. Like, at some point, it just gets, like, I understand the sentiment. At the same time, you can't have these guys who have been playing starter minutes for contending teams or playoff teams. You can't be playing them off the bench. It's just a waste. We're talking about wasting Cam Thomas's development. But we've got, you know, but you want these guys to be out, you know, it doesn't really make much sense. Finney Smith in the corner for 3. Misses the 3. I get what you're saying, though. It is frustrating. Martin. Robinson is in the game. That's Duncan. So both Robinsons in the game for the Heat. Vincent has knocked down a second 3. on the catch yet again, and the Heat now take the lead. I believe this is probably one of their first leads of the game. Bridges, they're playing a bit of zone defense. Royce doesn't pass it. He airballed the three. Finney-Smith tried to knock it off Butler, but he evaded that well, and now the Heat. Robinson to Butler. Got Finney-Smith on him on the wing. He's looking for the handoff. He gives it to Vincent, who shoots again. Who's definitely been given the green light, but he's off on this one. And now Ben, past the Bridges. Foul, +1! Jesus Christ, that was the most rapid possession I've ever seen. It took about 3 seconds to get the ball up. As soon as Ben exceeded the half court, past the Bridges, he didn't even take a dribble from the three-point line and was able to score +1, and it will be a free throw. Bridges has 11 in 9 minutes on 5 of 6 shooting. He's shooting a free throw as well, as we've just said. He's been the focal point of the offense. We haven't had Finney-Smith score from the field. We haven't had Dinwiddie score from the field. We've had Ben score more points than the bench. Who the hell is this dude? Whoever he is, he's just passed it and nearly turned it over. But Martin now to Robinson. 3 over Joe. That's short. Joe, I don't know where he was relocating to, but he's just given away an offensive rebound. The Nets are able to secure on the second shot attempt. Ben, no look to Bridges in the corner. One more. Ben, good take. Wide open 3. Curry, it's short. Rebound Bridges, and we reset. Curry's wide open. Doesn't shoot the 3. Gets in the paint, and surely he knocked that off the foot. What the fuck? They called a kickball on us. What are you looking at? It's a timeout. 21-19 the score, but man, this has been a bit of an eventful start to the game, I would say. If you are enjoying this stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you are new to the stream, we are doing definitely some more Nets streams down the stretch in the road or on the road to the playoffs. But thus far, not too bad. Let's have a look at the box score. Let's hope this one isn't bugged out either. Sure, okay. Okay, let me just get the box score up. Come on. I'm spamming the click. Okay, so for the Heat, they've gotten everyone on the score sheet pretty early on. Gabe Vincent top scoring there. You can see their bench is really ropes. And they're not shooting the ball particularly well. So, yeah. But for the Nets, we've had a lot of three-pointers and haven't really capitalized there. Ben's been all right in 5 minutes. He's actually been pretty proactive, I would say. So that's a good sign going into, you know, the next couple of quarters. Cam Johnson with 5. McCall has been the star man in this first quarter. Thing 1, he scored 12. Clax has only played 4 minutes. I don't know why he's playing only 4 first quarter minutes, but Ben hasn't been awful either. Excuse me. Okay. And yeah, we've had 4 less shots, but that has probably been because we've been at the free throw line a little bit more than the Miami Heat. But overall, not a bad start. We've had the lead. It's been a bit back and forth. But right now, I think we've got to get back to, our defensive ways. That's going to be the key. I'm sad every time KD claps for the Suns. It does feel a little bit surreal that he's not playing for the Nets anymore, but well. It's life, we move. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like on it. I've said it before, Ben's awful hook is no sub for stuffing it in the hoop. Hard to miss from 6 feet away. Well, hard to miss from 6 inches away. Yeah, 100%. So, Bridges goes to the bench. He was the main source of offense. How has Cam not gotten minutes in this first quarter, dude? They're giving Seth Curry run over Cam Thomas. You know what? I'm happy to run Seth and Cam, but we're running Spence instead. That's a good cut by, I don't know who that is. Highsmith. It's going to be free throws. Ben, Royce, Clax, McCall, Finney Smith, the defensive guys. You definitely can't have that lineup at once, though. Sumner minutes. There's just too many guards. Like, Seth Curry shouldn't be getting DMPs, but that said, Cam Thomas should also not be getting DMPs. Free throw is good for Highsmith. I can't stand this. Clax reduced minutes. Sumner doesn't play. As I said, it's going to be difficult to allocate minutes, but oh well. Spence, Seth Curry, high screen Ben, Spence, bounce pass to the backdoor cutter, which is Joe on the reverse. That was very, very, very attractive to watch. And now Struce feeds Bam. He's got Ben on him. Bam is not going to get the shot, but he's going to get free throws. Excellent off-ball movement by Joe, though, on the previous play. And some acrobatics got him the 2 points on the previous possession. It's going to be Bam at the free throw line. First free throw is good. Dude, we need... I don't know why Clax has only gotten 4 first quarter minutes. Jacques Vaughan said something about, oh, we need to manage his minutes because he's playing more minutes this year than he has in the last 2. But the guy's 24 years old, 23 years old. He's not 30. He's not 35. You don't need to restrict his minutes. As the primary center in this team, he needs to get a lot of run. This is a lot of stagnant offense. Seth Curry, off the window. He missed the layup. Didn't get the roll. And it's... Who the hell is this guy with the receding hairline? Bam, picked up by Seth Curry. Ben comes over to help. And Bam just threw it to no one. Bro, he's just thrown it out of play. What are you looking at? It's not a deflection. Fucking hell. What are these refs looking at? Thank you. So play resumes. Ben Simmons facilitating. Joe for 3. Back iron. Rebound. Bam. He's going to take on Ben. He's doubled. Struce on the outside. Drive. And another foul. On Royce this time. Can't be bailing him out with these free throws, man. We talked about us getting to the free throw line early in the game. And that was a good sign. But the problem is we can't keep him off the line. Free throw for Struce is good. They got the lead back. Two personals on Royce as well. Where is Utah, dude? Utah's got to run with the bench. Ben. Hand off to Spence. He's looking. He's going to put the ball on the floor. Shoots a... Nope. Excellent extra feed. And one more. Oh, Ben! Fuck me. Another moving screen, dude. Can't be asked. Oh, my God. Excellent pass by Spence. He had Joe wide open and then Ben. What is he? Fucking hell. Those plays kill me. Robinson. Good coverage by Ben. Struce deep 3 over Joe. That's off. The rebound by Spence. 3-second difference between shot and game. He's going to look for Joe. He gets it now. Nearly lost his dribble. Gives it off to Seth. 1-2. Joe passed up a layup, and we're gonna hold right to the end of the shot clock. Spence 1-on-1, sidestep three, got it! How did he do that? Oh my god, gee, those ones are like cheese, absolute cheese. That's the end of the first quarter. 26-25 is the lead, or the situation. Spence just scored a sidestep three-pointer. I mean, those ones the other day were going in the first half and not in the second half, but I don't know how he's gotten that one to go. Anyway, that is quarter time, and we're going to look at the box score. It hasn't been awful by any stretch. Struce has scored 7. Vincent has scored 6. Let's have a look at their shooting. You can see it's pretty shit. How we're only up 1 is pretty crazy. Bridges is 12, as we've mentioned. Spence scored his first shot / three-pointer, and Ben off the bench has played 8 minutes and scored 2, rebounded twice, and gotten 2 dimes. So he's done a bit of everything, but he's also picked up 2 personals. Shooting hasn't been great, but it's much better from the field than Miami's, and that's probably why the lead is there. But it's the free throws for me that are really a bit troubling. If we have a look, you can see... Well, you can't see yet. You can see the Heat have already had 8 free throws and 4 offensive boards. We've had 2 offensive boards and only 3 free throws. So that's where they're staying in the game in this first quarter. Actually, let me get the second quarter up. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the stream as well. We'll be back after the All-Star break. First game we'll be doing is the first game. Nets Bulls, I believe it is, and then it is Nets Hawks. We'll be covering both of those. I'm sorry, but I hope they don't play Ben in the second. Really interesting rotation call by Jacques Vaughn to play Ben 8 minutes in the first quarter as a bench player. You know, I didn't really see that coming. All right. But yeah, bit odd. Alrighty. Second quarter should be underway very, very shortly, but I think the keys for the second quarter is the free throws. And turnover-wise, we were pretty good. We didn't really turn the ball over a heap. So I think it's going to be about keeping that up. Second quarter has commenced. Cam is in the game. He's going to hand it off. What the hell is this? Okay, there we go. Joe. Clax is in. Cam is also in. So the people have spoken, and Jacques Vaughn has responded. Joe Harris from the corner for 3. He got it. So Ben to the bench, and Seth Curry also on the bench. It's Spence, Clax, Royce, Joe, and Cam, the 5. Bourier is the two-way play they've got in. Robinson misses the deep 3. Royce with the board. And the high screen set by Clax. Out to Joe. Hand off to Dinwiddie. Royce. Clax. Picked up by Robinson in the corner. No fucking shot. Clax with the offensive foul. So it's going to be Heat ball. And play resumes with Bourier. Cam picks him up on the perimeter. They've got Highsmith, Bam, Struce, Bourier, and Robinson, the 5 on the floor. Struce, the backdoor cut. Struce with the flip. Bro, where are these extra points coming from? 29-27 the score. Cam. Clax is under the basket again with Robinson on him. Spence shoots a 3. That can't be a good shot. Spence, you can't be shooting those. Gee, what the hell happened there on defense? Spence and Joe, bit of miscommunication, went for the guy off the ball and left Bourier wide open for a drive down the middle. So Cam He's got Bam on him. Joe, 3. I don't know what Robinson is doing giving him that much space, but he got lucky. Joe missed the 3. Bam with the board. And he's going to drive on Clax. And it's a foul on Clax, so it will be 2 shots. Clax is wondering, how is that a foul? So free throws coming up for Miami in, well, early going in the second quarter. So free throw 1 coming up. And Mr. Whammy has an influence. Bam misses the first free throw. Let's see if Mr. Whammy can put Bam off his game on the second. And it's off! Mr. Whammy is an absolute legend. Game remains tied. We can take the lead back. Cam is looking for an option. Now Spence. Cam's got to get to his spot in the mid-range, dude. He drives. He's doubled. Heat playing zone. Cam is fouled. It's going to be shots. And it's Strus who picks up the whistle. So it's a little bit ropes in terms of, you know, the offensive possession. But we got free throws anyway. Cam got to his spot like I was crying out for. Free throw is good. How many minutes has Spence already played? I reckon he's played... He did have like a 3 or a 4 minute stretch in the first quarter where he didn't play, so he's probably played about 10 or 11 minutes. Cam's second free throw is good, and another possession for the Heat. Fourier, the high screen and the switch means Strus is now on Cam off the ball. Good work by Clax. He forces the kickball. If the pass had gotten through, Bam was isolated, picked up by Joe Harris. Johnson is in the game for Joe Harris, so a very much a like-for-like replacement. Okay. So Highsmith. Bam. Good off-ball movement by Strus, and Cam Johnson was trailing the entire possession, and it was an easy dunk. So a good off-ball play again by Strus. Cam shoots the baseline too, and that's good. That's what we've needed. He just waited for the space to free up and then pulled the trigger. Highsmith, the flip. That's very, very poetic. They're 33 apiece. Second quarter, Cam 1-on-1. He's doubled. Spence, Royce. Pass is deflected out of play. But I like this because drawing 2 defenders, Cam is. So that means that the Heat players have to peel across. And there is going to be an open 3 somewhere on the court. So you've just got to be patient and find that open man. Thomas gets through, shoots from the elbow. The runner is off. It was too long, and the rebound by Miami. But I like the look. Bam nearly lost his dribble. He's got Clax on him. He drives. Clax stays with him. Bam doesn't get the bounce. And then Highsmith nearly chased up the rebound, but to no avail. O'Neal, excellent skip pass. Johnson's open. Gotta hit that. Excellent feed by Royce. Bam, Euro, Clax the block. Strus the board, missed the follow, and Clax bats it to Royce. Royce down the middle, gets rid of Highsmith. The finger roll is good. That's what we like to see, the aggression. And yet again, defense leads to offense. We've seen exactly that. We've got a foul on Clax. He's picked up 3 fouls in about 5 minutes. He's going to have to go to the bench. So 7:44 to play in the second quarter, 35-33 the score. And we're going to see Clax go to the bench for Dorian Finney-Smith. We're going to play a bit of small ball. Okay, so ball's inbounded to Bam. Finney-Smith has got this assignment now. Struce on the outside, the high screen and switch. Struce, pass to Robinson, shoots a three. He missed it. Get the board. Bam overran it, and now the Nets with the board. Cam Thomas in transition. Gets by Highsmith. The foul. It's going to be free throws for Cam yet again, but he saw an opening, and Highsmith was on ice there. Yeah, he got absolutely beaten on that drive and nearly got it to go. With a very blind shot, Cam at the free throw line makes number one. And look, I want to see more staggering of minutes with Spence off the floor and Cam. Because right now we've got Cam and Spence on the floor. So, you know, probably better to have Cam run the entire first unit. Or the bench unit. But it is good having a second facilitator on the floor. In the case that Cam gets the ball forced out of his hands. Vincent going to drive on Thomas. That's a foul, and that's going to be free throws, and Cam will pick it up. So getting a taste of his own medicine there. It will be free throws at the 7:13 mark. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like. And also, if you're new around here, you know what to do. Subscribe. We will be doing more net streams the rest of the way. So if you want to stay notified, you know what to do. Vincent makes free throw number one. Butler and Martin will check back in. I would sense that Bridges is probably going to return in alignment. So Gabe Vincent the second is good. And Nets will bring the ball up. So running the same lineup with Jimmy Butler on the floor, but there is no Bam. So it's a very small lineup for both teams being pitched on the court. Cam gets by Gabe Vincent and gets the two to go as well from about 10 feet out. So Cam has been a welcomed offensive source in this second quarter. Martin catch and shoot three is good. Far out, dude. So frustrating because that's not an easy look. He's just good enough to knock it down. Thomas is fouled by Robinson. That was a very soft foul to concede. And it will be a timeout at the 6:34 mark. So much for our defense. It actually hasn't been that bad. Let's have a look at the box score and we'll be able to fully examine. But you can see right now we're not shooting the ball particularly well. Getting to the free throw line, which is good. I stand corrected. The free throws are good. The field goals are pretty good, and then the 3-pointers are a little bit meh. But you can see Cam Thomas there making an impact off the bench, or having an impact off the bench. You can see he's got 8 points. Second leading scorer for the Nets, and Joe's also got 5. Cam has got 5, and overall it hasn't been too bad, but Clax, 8 minutes. I'm going to give Jacques Vaughn the pass because he's got 3 personals, so it makes sense that he's playing only 8 minutes, but we shouldn't have held him out for the second quarter. For the Heat, they are playing very poorly in terms of how we look at it from the field, but we've talked about free throws, and they are also making a living from there. They've had 12 of those, and they've also had 6 offensive rebounds. So that's where the problem lies for the Nets. We've conceded 5 more shots. Okay. And yeah, well, you can see that not even Jimmy Butler or Bam have really been that influential. Bam's 1 of 5, Jimmy Butler's 2 of 4, so there's nothing really eye-catching about how those two have performed, but it's been the backcourt for the Heat that have gotten things done. The score's wrong. It's 37-39. Martin made along to. While going by the game I'm watching, and even NBA.com, and the scoreboard in the arena, it's 39-38. I want to see more Edmund minutes. Well, I don't think you're going to see him, if I'm going to be completely upfront and honest with you. Thank you to everyone who's supporting the stream, by the way, today. If you are new, make sure to say hello. Any fans are welcome. It doesn't really matter what team you support. If you enjoy the streams, then that's what we want to see. Give Ben's minutes to Sumner. Well, that's completely flawed, because unless you want Sumner playing backup 5, then yeah, we're gonna have to run with Ben. It's just the way the roster is constructed. It's not very ideal, is it? So 6:32 to play. McCall is still on the bench. Okay, so Cam, Spence, Finney Smith, Royce, Cam Johnson, the 5 on the floor for the Nets. Plenty of spacing. Dinwiddie to the corner. Johnson, 3 is off, and the rebound Robinson. I don't know if that's the right shot you want to take out of the timeout. So Martin to Butler. And now Vincent going to drive. He's got Royce on him in a switch. He's going to get absolutely cooked here. Vincent doesn't really test. Yes, he does. He scores the 2 with the scoop. He was in a pretty disadvantaged position, but was able to get it up and in anyway. Bridges is about to come into the game. I would presume it's going to be for Royce. Finney Smith doesn't shoot the 3. The pass to Cam, who's now got Robinson on him. He shoots a 3, and it's good. Let's go. So Cam has been awesome. Butler the drive and the foul, +1. So that was just smart play. I mean, if we're talking about things that the Heat are doing well, they're very proactive off the ball, using the screen much more efficiently than we are, it seems. On that occasion, Gabe Vincent, I mean, we didn't even switch there, and probably makes sense given it would be Cam Thomas on Jimmy Butler driving to the basket. But regardless, it ends up in a pretty bad result anyway. 43-42 the score, and it's, well, there's just over 5 minutes to play. 5.5 to play. Bridges is back in. Seth Curry is walking to the scorer's table. Cam's going to drive. He's doubled. This is so sad. He's getting doubled. And he traveled? All right. Imagine trapping Cam Thomas. Bro, use it down bad. I mean, it probably speaks volumes about his game, though. Because they're that scared about a second-year player that they're triple teaming him. Ben's back in, and McCall is in. Seth Curry is in. Cam Thomas remains in. So Robinson looking for Butler, who's got Seth Curry guarding him on the perimeter. He backs him down. I expect a bit of help here. The kick out. Robinson, the 3 over Ben, is good. Cam. Now Bridges to Ben. Looking for a pass. He gives it to Johnson in the corner. Ben, roll. Roll. Johnson's going to drive. Lost the ball. Got it back. It's going to be a foul on the floor somehow. 4.4 seconds to go in the shot clock prior to the foul. So Heat are now in the bonus if we do foul them. It's going to be a few changes. Robinson to the bench. He's got 3 personals. I thought he wasn't playing. Cam Thomas. Pass. Johnson's wide open. Surely he scores that. Didn't get lift. And the rebound to the Heat off hands. Bro, Johnson's had really good looks. I think I need to call him Thing 2 from now on, and maybe that'll manifest. A couple extra shot makes. Butler backs down Curry. Good work by Seth. Forced it out of his hands. And now it's Martin on the baseline. Butler picked up by Johnson. He's got 3 to shoot. Gee, an air ball. Bad miss. And Cam gets the rebound. Ben looking for a handoff. Leaves it for Cam. 3 is very long. And somehow Bridges saved it. Cam into the paint, the kick out. Seth Curry gets a 3. Ben did well there to hold his ground there on the screen. Freed up Seth Curry, but we've got to make those threes, dude. Getting a lot of open looks and not, well, the Heat are getting bailed out by our inability to make them. Martin had Curry in the air. Ben just got out of the way. Wasn't vertical. And now it's a 6-point lead, an 8-0 run. Johnson into the paint. It's a blocking foul. It's going to be 2 shots. Cam Thomas and Joe were on fire and got little run last game, and the fact we lost by so much was quite... Why was it pleasing? The only way it would be pleasing is if you didn't want anxiety to be a part of your Nets experience. Stop shooting threes. The threes are open. I'm happy for them to shoot them if they're wide open, which they are. We're just not doing very well at knocking them down, which is what NBA players are supposed to be good at. Where's the mid-range? Well, the Heat are playing zone, so that mid-range is difficult to execute because the players all, you know, close things down and there's no room for you to move really on the interior. Johnson makes both. So 3:13 to play in this second quarter. Jimmy Butler's going to be not fed the ball. Bam on the outside. Looking. Vincent doesn't shoot the 3. Gets into the paint. Tries to maneuver. Somehow scored for 2. On the fade. Not even playing bad defense. They're just knocking down shots. Every single time. Opposition players always seem to be good. Bridges! 2+1 off the glass. It's always just random ass players. I'm not saying they're random, but just like role players always deciding to get their game going against us. Jacques got to give Utah some minutes. Why Seth? To be fair, yeah, Seth has done 0. The one thing he's on the floor for shot creation / offensive contribution. He hasn't offensively contributed 1 bit. I don't even think he's scored. I just can't see any team winning without someone capable of 30 to 40 points. Cam is our best chance, so we need to give him the minutes. Well, for a defensive team, it shouldn't be... You know, you don't need someone to score 40 to get 115 points. If our defense can keep teams under 110, we should win games more often than not because we've got 12 players. We've got 12 players that can capably score 10 points. Had Bam scoring 50? Well, we had Clack, so it was always going to be a tough ask for Bam. Overall, it hasn't been a bad first half, though. I mean, we've obviously got a... Offensively, it's like we're lacking a bit of flow. But I think step 1, at 240, we've got to close out this half properly. Because I can't, like, last game we were... I think it was the third quarter. The third quarter was pretty close, the majority. And then the back end of the third quarter, we couldn't close it out, and that really put us in a bad spot. You know, and yeah, rest is history. So we'll see how we go. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it. and subscribe if you are new. We have been stuck in the 930 range for subs for like time. So let's see if we can keep it progressing. We're shooting threes terribly. The threes have not been bad looks. I'm just going to put that out there. They haven't been contested threes more often than not. You know, we make 3 or 4 more three-pointers and all of a sudden we're staring down potentially having, 60 points in the first half. And that's a good return. Suns got Carmelo Anthony, no chance. I need to see a report if... I don't believe that for a second, though. I'm going to need a bit more verification. All right, so free throw for Bridges. He converted or had the opportunity for an and one before the break, and he converts the and one after the break. So 50-47, closing in on the final 2 minutes of the first half. As we've said, we need to close out this half well. What is Ben doing, dude? How do you leave Bam open in the dunker spot? So, Ben the handoff to McCall. Johnson, 3 on the catch. Got it. Finally. That one looked really fluent. So, 2 minutes to play. 52-50. Strus is setting screens basically under the basket, forcing us to switch. So, Bam picked up by Johnson on the outside. Leaves it for Strus. Bam nearly left it behind. He's going to have to shoot one over Johnson. And he got the bounce. So Ben closing out the half with a mix of starters and bench players. There's another foul, and it's going to be on Strus. McCall was hit on the arm. It's going to be shots. We just need to gel a few wins and confidence will go up. Well, we win the game against Philly, and we very much could have been on a win streak. But, as I've mentioned numerous times, we can't dwell on past games that have already happened because the result remains the same. It doesn't change if we dwell on it. Spence is back in, so is Finney Smith. So it looks like we may have the first half end with, well, Ben and Cam have gone to the bench. So we've got, who's playing? 1:33 to play, though. And Bridges can cut the deficit down to 2. Second is good. 54-52 the score. So the closing 5 for the first half involves the starting 5 except Seth over Clax because of the foul trouble. I don't know what pass that was by Bam to Jimmy, but it got there. And now Jimmy tries to muscle his way to the basket. He's forced into a pass. Bridges read it. Spence stayed with him. Excellent work. The Euro by Bridges. And now it's a 5v4. Joe is in the game. When did he return? Who's on the bench? What the fuck? Butler just missed the flip. Discarded Dinwiddie, and now it's a 4-on-4 the other way. Curry to Joe, back to Curry. And now he's in a 1-on-1 with Max Strus. They're playing small ball to close the half out. Curry to the corner. Joe catch and shoot. Rims out. So we've got the Heat who are settling for 1. See, this is the problem with our first half. We've had 21 three-pointers. A lot of them have been good looks. Only made 6. Butler, Martin, back to Butler. Drive. Got rid of Dinwiddie. Butler missed the layup. No fucking chance that's a foul. Once again, we give away an offensive rebound and we give away free throws following that. Frustrating. Who's conceded the foul? Finney Smith or Dinwiddie? Take your pick. That's really annoying because we could have potentially gone into the break having the lead. 55-52, Bourier and Highsmith in the game. Vincent goes to the bench alongside someone else. I've got no idea who. Butler's only scored 8 points, so we've done well to keep him pretty quiet. But he obviously has the ability to turn it up at any time. Okay, 7 to shoot. Spence gets it past halfway now. He's going to shoot a pull-up three, isn't he? Nope, he drives. Foul. Oh, my God. Offensive foul. He got it to go, but just got rid of Martin. So blatant, dude. And with 2.7, let's see what happens here. Cannot concede, please. Struce gets it to Bam. Back to Struce. Shoots a three on the catch. He missed it. Knowing our luck, he would have scored that. But that is the first half. Done and dusted. 56-52 the score. And, yeah. Dinwiddie is ice cold. He's really not. He hasn't even taken, like, 4 shots. Alrighty. So, box score time, first and foremost. You can see for the Heat, well, they've had a good balance in scoring. Nearly, every single one of their players is 7 or more in the starting 5, and then their bench has got a little bit less. Not really any firepower there. 44% from the field, 31% from 3. It is what it is. The Nets have gotten 10 from Johnson, 17 from Bridges. It's been a very good first half by him. Spencer's done really nothing. And Clax has barely been able to get on the floor. The bench is, this is really ridiculous, to be honest. Cam Thomas has gotten 11 points, but I think in the second half, he's got to get at least 15 minutes if we're going to be serious about winning this game. The 3-pointers are lacking at the moment. There's been some really good looks, and I think once they start falling, it's going to pay dividends, both on the offensive side and the, defensive side. We're going to see the effect, but until that happens, we're going to suffer. Seth Curry has really done 0. I don't know what the 10 minutes is, what he's done to warrant 10 minutes. I mean, when you've got Sumner on the bench, they're waiting, and Cam Thomas playing 10 minutes, you've got to stagger, you've got to stagger Spence, and you've got to stagger, what's his name? Cam Thomas. You've got to run Cam with the second unit and Spence with the first. You can't have them both on the court at the same time, because then you've got Seth Curry getting run. You've got Sumner not getting any minutes. Cam Thomas needs 30 minutes tonight. He's keeping the defense honest. 100% he is. 100%. But as far as the second half goes, look, we've had 7 less shots. We've made 1 more 3. The free throw disparity, I don't know what that is, but I feel like it would be fairly noticeable. The Heat have had 15 free throws. We've had 12. And to be fair, we've made actually more free throws, so that's not as large as I was expecting. But offensive rebounds, 7-3 their way. The turnover count, 7 in our... Well, we've definitely had more than them, because I can't remember the last time we conceded. Forced a turnover. Only 3 turnovers, so that's another area they're getting some extra looks. I think the key for the second half is do not let Bam and Jimmy Butler catch fire. We've held them to 17 combined. Struce and Vincent, I mean, that's just a bit unacceptable that we've let them score 12 and 11 respectively, but, it's not, it's not an awful defensive performance. I act as if we're playing like shit. We're only down 4. We can make that up in 2 minutes. It's not going to be... it's not the end of the world. This was a horrible quarter. It wasn't really. If we think about it, we had the lead by 1. Only got outscored by 5. If that was a horrible quarter, then I have plenty of optimism going into the second half. But Cam Thomas did keep us afloat. We're going to be 100% honest. If you are enjoying the stream, though, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you are new, we are closing in on 1,000 subs slowly. So if you want to contribute and help the cause, make sure to do that. We definitely can't let Bam get hot. Well, it would really help if, for a start, Clax could play more than 10 minutes and a half. You know, he's played 8 minutes. He has not put up a shot. He's got 3 personal fouls. He's done nothing. Let's be 100% real. So, look, I don't want to see... Look, Ben playing 12 minutes, I don't think they were the worst 12 minutes. Much more impactful minutes than the last game. But that said, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 personals. I reckon there's a couple turnovers in there. You know, he definitely can do better. 100%, obviously. I do want to see some Utah minutes, though. I do want to see that. If you play Cam Johnson and Utah at the same time, you've got Utah in one corner who's a sniper, and I do believe Cam Johnson is a very good 3-point percentage from the corners as well. So stick those 2 in the corners, and then play Cam, who can collapse the defense, and then you may have to run Clax or I don't even know. How would it sound if we ran Thing 2 at the 5? I'll tell you this. If we ran him at the 5, you only do it if the Heat are playing small ball 5 and they don't have Bam in the game. Another little thing to point out. Why is Mikal Bridges only played 14 minutes? He's got no personal fouls. He's shooting the ball well. He's gone to the free throw line quite a few times. Why on earth has he only played 14 minutes? And why Spence played 18 when you've got, as I said, Sumner and Cam Thomas only getting 10 minutes combined? Sumner hasn't played any. So, as I said, the minute allocation is really whacked by Jacques Vaughn. As I also said, it's to be understood. It's to be... Like, you can understand it, as I said, because it's a pretty difficult situation to have to navigate all these minutes and all these players who are capable of playing minutes. Watanabe and Sumner are currently the 2 that have been very stiff. Would we run Mikal, Cam, Thomas, and Royce at the same time? I honestly couldn't give you an answer. As I said, I'm as clueless as you are. I think Jacques Vaughn's as clueless as we are. I'll low-key even give DDJ Seth minutes. You probably don't want to do that. I'd rather have Sumner over Seth, but I would... Well, today I'd rather Sumner over Seth. Seth in some other games, he catches fire, and you can't really send him to the bench. You can't, like... Sometimes he'll have, like, a 15-point burst in 12 minutes. You can't play him... Like, you can't give David Duke Jr. minutes over that, you know. But if we're talking situation-wise today, Sumner may need to get some minutes. This has got to be Thomas or Bridges getting 38 minutes. Well, look, we know Cam is not getting 38 minutes because it's physically impossible with only 24 minutes to play. But Cam definitely needs to be upwards of 25 by the end, I think. Mikal definitely needs to be above 30. Like, there is absolutely... It's a non-negotiable. 100%. It's a non-negotiable. You can't have Mikal playing 14 minutes and a half when he's got 17, as I said. 17, I think he's got a couple offensive rebounds in there. Yep, he's got 2. He's got a steal as well, and he's also got 2 blocks. He's done everything right. And we've only played him 14 minutes. He's the 3rd highest minute getter in this first half. Is Clax injured? No, he's just in foul trouble. But I will also stand firm on my opinion. The first quarter, him playing 4 minutes was unacceptable. You can't be holding him out. You have to run him in alignment with Bam's minutes. Bam's played how many minutes? He's played a grand total of 14 minutes. He's actually played the least minutes out of any starter. That said, those 14 minutes, Clax has got to be on the floor for every single one of them. If he gets 18 or 19 minutes in the second half, he's got to get. Clax has got to at least try to stay on the floor for 15 or 16 of those, and then we can take it from there. But run Clax, Dorian, McCall, Cam Johnson, and Spence. Well, that is the starting 5, so I would assume we do that at the start of the second half. Surely we're going to have to settle into some regular lineup soon if we want some chemistry to develop. Well, that's 100% true as well, but as also mentioned, the dilemma is that we're getting continuity with this starting 5, but it's just the fact, like, those minutes at the back end of the roster, where do they go? You would not put all 3 in, as your bench production would be 0. Who are we talking about? Which 3? It's tough because Clax Fouls is what's holding him back. In some games. Sometimes he's really disciplined and just doesn't get minutes. And it doesn't make any sense. But if we're talking keys for the second half, we have to shoot better from 3. That's a number 1 priority because we're getting the looks, but we're not knocking them down. Just get that field goal percentage up. Keep him off the free throw line and also box out on the defensive glass because we've been giving away a few offensive boards. Turnovers, got to force those a little bit more. We've only conceded, we've given away 7 turnovers. Yeah, we've forced 7 turnovers. No, we've forced 3 turnovers. We've had 7, so we've got to turn that disparity the other way in the second half, and we'll get the win. That said, though, I act as if this first half was appalling. It really wasn't. We've got something to work with. I've lost my voice. Yeah, we've got something to work with, but it's just going to be about we're going to have to knuckle down on the important stuff in the second half. Because right now, there's a couple plays that are holding us accountable, and there's also a couple plays on our end that are keeping us afloat. So it's going to just be key. Rebounding and turnovers definitely need to improve. Yeah. Both forcing and committing. Rebounding wasn't awful. It's just like there's a few here and there that we've been, they haven't really punished us on the second chance. But like Cam Johnson, he was 2 of 6 from 3 in the first half. I do think that number can improve. He's had quite a few good looks, and they just haven't gone down. So in the second half, I expect a little bit more. Excuse me. So we'll see how we go. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new for more Nets streams down the stretch. But yeah, I want to see more minutes from Cam. I want to see Clax actually not get back into foul trouble because now it's like a fresh start for him. And it's going to be imperative that we have him on the floor as much as possible in the closing. I want to see him actually get some shots up. He's only taken 1 shot. Last game, he only took a few shots. So in these games, like recently, he's barely been involved in the offense, which is a bit of a bummer, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, because he was doing really well in that area, and he's just hit a wall. I'm just going to see what Net's Twitter is actually saying, because yeah. Let's have a look, because here's a fun fact. Cam Thomas has made or got 1,000 career points. There you go. Around the grounds, the Bulls are up 4. The Hornets are up 12. The Celtics up 13 on the Pistons. The Sixers are blowing out Cleveland big time. Knicks are destroying the Hawks, which isn't good for our hopes if we lose today, especially. The Grizzlies up 21 and the Thunder up 17. So there's not really many close eye-catching games. But I want to see Seth make a shot, and I want to see Cam get more minutes. Well, yeah, if Seth is going to get game time, he has to score the ball. That's the only reason you're on the court, Seth. Cam needs to get more minutes, though. It's imperative. We have all new players surrounding Clax, and there is no chemistry. Well, yeah, that's the big thing. Is the only common grounder, if that makes any sense. The only common denominator in these two eras. If you are enjoying the stream, though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the stream as well. We will be doing streams down the stretch with the full play-by-play, and you're all welcome. So, alrighty. Basically, I'm hearing from what the coaches allegedly said, which is now being relayed by the Yes Network. I'm hearing exactly what I've just mentioned. The turnovers, the rebounding, the threes. It's going to be imperative that we get all that done. So, yeah, the next stream will be in 9 days from now when we play Chicago. Then it'll be the Hawks, and then I will take the Milwaukee and Knicks games I won't do, but I believe Boston will be the next one I cover. So, we're going to be missing a couple here and there, but for the most part, we'll be doing streams more often than not. I do believe down the stretch, but in April there's a couple that are like 3 a.m. over here, which obviously I'm not going to wake up and watch, because I actually have a little bit of decency. Alrighty, 12 minutes to play, third quarter. We are underway now. Spencer took 2 shots in the first half. Bridges gets it here. Strong take. He passes it out. Johnson wide open. Missed it. Rebound Heat. That one just, again, it's refusing to go in. That one was halfway down. So Clax. Bounce pass to Bam. Backdoor cut by Butler. Now Martin in the corner. He's going to pass to Vincent. He's got 2 to shoot. And he bricked it. Clax with the board, and he will get it to Bridges, who will push the pace, I assume. Bridges, alley-oop! Clax for 2. And I feel like that's going to be one outlet that we've definitely got to utilize a little bit more. Clax, he's a threat on the lobs. Got to try that a little bit more. Dinwiddie fouls Vincent on the drive. It's going to be 2 shots. Okay. Yeah, if they're going to be happy to switch, there's going to be opportunities for Clax to score on the lob. You've got to test it. Vincent on the free throw is good. So, second free throw is also good by Vincent. 54-58, the scoreline. Spence to McCall. Switch now. He's got Bam on him. Looks for Clax again, and that one is wayward and a turnover. So, well done there by the Heat to force it again. We've got to just lock down a little bit more defensively now. Butler picked up by Dinwiddie. He's doubled. Backdoor cut. Struce the reverse. He's done that numerous times today. We've got to be on high alert. Seriously got to be on backdoor watch. Bridges drives on Adebayo. He lost the ball, and it's going to be Nets on the baseline. The 10-12 to play. Looking for Johnson. Gets it to Bridges. Wide open 2. He airballed it. How did he do that? It was a blatantly wide open look, and he's airballed it. I don't know what was up with that. Butler. It's going to be an offensive foul on Bam. Fair bit of physicality between those two. Clax and Bam, but it is Clax that wins out this time. So Spence. Spence to the corner for Johnson. Got Vincent on him. Drive on him. Picks up his dribble. Lost it. Got it back. Shoots the fadeaway too. And he got it. So 60-56. Where's this moving screen there? I thought it was on. Adebayo airballs the floater and it is Nets ball. And we get into it quickly. Johnson all the way. It's another foul on Vincent. It's going to be 2 more. Johnson sensed an opportunity there. The Heat were napping. And they never really set up. So Vincent was the lone man on the last line of defense. It's going to be 2 free throws for Johnson, who's been pretty good at getting to the free throw line, I have to say. The first free throw is off, though. And he got the second. Okay, 3-point game. Vincent looking for Butler. No, he's not going to. Got Clax on him on the perimeter and an ISO. We're going to switch that. Strus shoots. Missed it. Rebound, Finney-Smith. Dinwiddie. Finney-Smith doesn't shoot the 3. Sees Clax guarded by Vincent in the post. He's going to call for it again. Get it to him. And now Clax probably is going to take Vincent off the dribble here. Good spin. Oh my god, he missed the layup. Are you fucking serious? And where's the foul there? Well done by Gabe Vincent, though. He was giving up, I don't know how much size, and Clax not very aggressive on that offensive possession. Should have absolutely scored that. So Butler, looking for Vincent. He's now got Clax on him. So a role reversal. Vincent, the extra pass to Martin on the perimeter. Goes through the lane and gets the bounce. Johnson. High screen, Finney-Smith. Driving kick. Finney-Smith shoots over Vincent. Missed it. Rebound, Bridges. Dunk! Well done, McCall. So Butler faces up Johnson in the mid-range. Now he's going to back him down. Good work by Johnson. Somehow Butler got it back and got it to Bam. Extra feed. Fuck's sake, dude. Excellent work by Johnson. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. Johnson just took a shot. They just bat a blind eye. Johnson's got a wide open 3. Missed it. Bro, he just cannot get one to go. So many open 3s. Like, that previous possession should never have resulted in a bucket. Martin wanted a foul. He was falling to the floor, and it's not going to be anything. Bridges, Euro, extra feed, Clax for 2. McCall is just an everywhere man. He's doing everything for this team. And he seems to be the only one that actually woke up to play this game. Bam. Got rid of Johnson, and it's a foul on the floor. It's Johnson who will pick it up. But he's taken numerous body bumps in this quarter. And fair to say, yeah, he's probably at 75% health. But bro, Mikal Bridges has just been unbelievable in this game. Let's have a look at the box score. In the third quarter, you can see that, well, the Heat, I mean, nothing's really changed. They're shooting at basically the same percentages from the field. And it's basically the same trend. They've forced turnovers, they've gotten offensive rebounds, and they remain very, very balanced in their scoring. For the Nets, you can see Cam Johnson is 2 of 8, and I reckon 4 of those could have gone in. You know, they were 50% down. Bridges has been awesome. 5 boards, 5 dimes to go with 19 points. He has not been as efficient as he was in the first half. He's already missed the same amount of looks as he did in the first, but done a really good job of finding teammates in this third quarter. Spencer's been really quiet. You can see the shooting though, 6 of 24 from 3. I mean, that's the difference. If we could knock down threes and were more capable of knocking down threes, then we would be perfectly fine. But, you know, until that happens, as I said, we're going to be in trouble. 64-61, we have not been able to get the lead back and hold it for quite some time. So, yeah, it remains to be seen whether we're actually going to pick it up. Why isn't Dinwiddie doing anything? He's not really a focal point of the offense today. And you know what? If he's going to just hold the ball and chuck up bricks, then I'm a fan of him not possessing the ball. Because at Dallas, he played off the ball. And, you know, he found success in that. So if Mikal wants to run the offense, then I'm very, very happy and content with him doing that. If you are enjoying the stream, though, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the stream. We are doing net streams for the rest of the season. So if you are interested, make sure to do that. Why isn't Cam Thomas shooting or getting minutes? Well, he's not getting minutes because, well, we're talking about right now. It's because the starting 5 usually tend to start the third quarter. So Cam will get more run, I hope, with the bench unit and then maybe in the last quarter. But yeah, it's a bit of a tough situation that Jacques Bourne is in. A bit of a dilemma. Right now, it looks like we're playing the same 5 as we were before the break. Oh no, Cam is in. Spencer's gone to the bench. So your prayers have been answered. They try to pass it to Butler on the backdoor cut. Vincent on the catch. Fuck off. Like, how is he making those threes, dude? Absolute rubbish. We can't even hit wide open threes, and Vincent's scoring fadeaway threes from the corner. Bridges, wide open 3. Got it. We respond. We needed that. And he's got his second 3 of the game. Strus, Butler. Picked up by Clax. That's been a different assignment in this quarter. You can't be fucking serious, dude. Where's the foul? So it's going to be Heat on the side. Strus, switch. Bridges gets in the way. The pass didn't have enough sauce on it. Alley-oop! Oh my god. Finney Smith, dude. Cam, catch and shoot 3. Got it! That was messy. But somehow, we end up with a 3-pointer. Sometimes the unpredictability works better. Bam's going to take on Finney Smith. He holds his own. He shoots the 2, and that is usually money for him, and he knocks it down. 2-point game, Miami. Cam into the paint. It's going to be a foul on the floor, and I don't know who it's on. Finney Smith. Good composure by him, because he could have just grabbed the ball and not really thought about where his feet were. But he made sure to check that first and then was able to release the pass to Cam, the wide open 3. Not really wide open, but he knocked it down anyway. So Clax picked up by Highsmith. They got Bam on the bench, so we may need to exploit this now. They're playing a bit of zone. Cam into the paint, extra feed. Clax the kick out. Oh my fucking god. Offensive foul again. Stop doing it. Dude. Martin, good positioning. Cam's just got to pull up quicker. Oh, that's just so fucking dumb. And Clax kicked it out of Finney Smith, who knocked it down. Ultimate swing of about 5 points in that possession. Martin drives, lost the ball, got it back. Robinson, that's an offensive foul. It goes the other way. Cam probably put a little bit extra into that into those theatrics, but you know what? If it gets us the possession, then I'm happy. So Cam, high screen Finney Smith, the switch. He's doubled. You had Bridges open in the corner. Finney Smith out to Joe. Joe down the middle. Pass to fucking no one. Why would you... Oh my god. Joe turnover and then commits the foul without them even taking a step. You've given him 2 free throws. So fucking brain dead sometimes, dude. Like, what is the point of that? It's going to be shots for Highsmith. And he misses the first, so we may be considered lucky here that we're going to, well, potentially get let off. I don't know. What the fuck? We're running Ben and Clax at the 4 and the 5. What is this lineup? Highsmith makes 3-point game. This is the weirdest lineup I think I've ever seen in my life. Ben's playing the point center. Clax is sitting in the corner. What is this? Joe? Like, Ben's got to roll. The offensive possession is crap if he does nothing. Cam's got 3 to shoot. Shoots a 3. Got it! How did he do that? Over the top of Highsmith. But look at that. It took some brilliance from Cam in order to actually get points. Cam's got 17 on only 7 shots. Butler picked up by Bridges. Spin. 2. Nothing you can do about that. Bridges. Drive. Walking a tightrope. Oh my god, Joe. What is he doing? The ball was going out of play. It went off Vincent and you've gone to try grab it. I don't know what he's thinking with this lineup. We're hearing let's go Heat chants in the building. We're back to that phase, aren't we? Vincent, high screen and switch. He's got Clax on him now. Joe does well to knock it back. They got 3 to shoot. Butler's going to have to chuck up a 3, isn't he? Nope, he shoots a deep 2 instead and didn't get it to go. Cam with the board. Good defense by Joe. Cam is doubled. Lost the ball. Cam. Joe. 3. Catch. Got it! Timeout. Miami. Yes. Finally. Damn. What did I say before about the 3-pointers needing to go in and shit would happen? Both offensively and defensively. The last 4 3-pointers, people, have all gone in. Reminder, we had made 6 of 24. Cam Thomas comes in the game and we nearly have the same amount in probably as many minutes. And as we had prior to Cam coming in. With the title of Saba's biography, Where's the Foul? Well, it's probably the title to the 2018-19 Nets or the 2017-18 Nets. Where's the foul? Because that could have been said a lot in those seasons. Why didn't Joe play last game? I think because he was getting just absolutely cooked every single time he got switched onto Brunson. But right now, we got the lead back, people. Around the ground, Sixers up 24 on the Cavs. The Knicks up 16 on the Hawks. The Celtics up 9 on the Pistons. Thunder destroying Houston. The Bulls beating the Pacers by 1 and the Hornets up 6 on the Spurs. And obviously, we've got this game to contend with as well. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Drop a like and also subscribe if you are new as well. Make sure to let me know if the audio is okay. I did change it up 2 games ago or something like that. Noticeably, it sounds a lot different. Make sure to let me know if, like, when I raise my voice or something, it doesn't destroy your eardrums. Make sure to let me know if that's the case or anything, or let me know if it's comfortable. Let us know. And you probably notice the background noise is a little bit less as well. JV has to play the bench. The old guys more? JV favors new players too much. As I said earlier in the stream, though, you can't have Bridges playing off the bench. You can't have Spence playing off the bench. You can't have Finney-Smith playing off the bench. These guys are integral to defense. And we know defense wins your games. Or no, they say defense wins your titles, but obviously we're not playing in the finals here. We're playing in a regular season game. But I'll tell you what, it's gonna be imperative that defense is up and about in order to get this one done. Quick fact for you, Joe Harris is shooting over 50% from 3 since the KD injury. So I don't know whether there's something more to that, but yeah. Adebayo looking for a handoff. Eventually gets it to Robinson. The 3 is shot and he missed it. Get the board. Where's the fucking foul, dude? Ben's got hit on the arm. We got it anyway. Cam 1-on-1 with Highsmith. He's blitzed. Bridges. Joe. 3. Oh, thought it was in. Cam 3. Damn, we had a couple looks there. First it was Joe, then it was Cam. They both looked pretty good on the release, but unfortunately didn't go down, and that would have been awfully handy. Ben is guarding Bam in the high post. Bam shoots the 2. Didn't get the roll off the window. And now the Nets again. Cam, you have Joe open in the corner. They cut that avenue off. The spin. Cam off on the 2. Got to drive it to the cup. Robinson. The good thing is the defense is going to be pretty absurd here with Bridges, Claxton, Ben. Vincent shoots a 3. Step back. You can't be fucking kidding me. Serious. Clax, you can't be serious. He was never making that. Oh my God. He was so short on the 3. You've just given him shots. Second time in the quarter this has happened. So 4 personals for Clax. He's probably going to go to the bench. He's played the entire quarter. So we called for Clax to play more, and he has definitely gotten that opportunity. Royce comes into the game. Clax goes to the bench. That's going to be the only sub. McCall's also getting more runs, so we called for that to happen. So the 3rd is off by Gabe Vincent. He goes 2 of 3. And now Ben leaves it for Joe. The handoff to Cam. Royce. Ben. Back to Royce. The 3. Got it! And once again, Ben does love a good screen. As soon as he hands it off to the 3-point shooter. And on that occasion, yet again, the 3 was open. And this time, Royce knocks it down. It's going to be important those 3-pointers are converted. Vincent the 3, that's short. Leave it. Well done, Cam. And yet again, we're forcing Gabe Vincent into some really tough 3-pointers. That definitely isn't, the shot that you want if you're a Heat fan, staff member, whatever. Alrighty. So just under 90 seconds to play in the 3rd. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the stream as well. Joe, hand off to Cam. Ben rolled, passes it to the corner for Bridges, got by, good ball fake, and scores for 2. Excellent composure by Bridges under the basket, and the lead's back out to 4. We've kept the Heat to 40% from the field in this quarter. That's been a big impact, or that's had an influence on the result, the outcome of this quarter. Struce gets by, dunk over Joe. Big dunk. We're going to get into offense quite quickly, it seems. Ben to Joe. 3 foul shots. And Struce was trying to close out on Joe. Once again, Ben with that screen after the handoff. And this time, the Heat a little bit less careful with that closeout. On this occasion, it was Struce. So Joe was like, I'm not tolerating being posted. I'm going to get the 3 shots instead. And yep, he was hit on the arm. So it's going to be 3 shots. He misses the first. Calm on, Joe, please. All right, so 43 seconds left. You would suspect the Heat are going to go 2 for 1. Joe's second free throw is good. Oh my God, he's gone 1 of 3. Fucking hell. Struce had the 3. Was short on that one. Gets his own board. And he's now got a wide open look. Fuck's sake. Bridges was gambling. And Struce didn't stop moving. So it's going to be 1 possession for the Nets. Excellently executed 2 for 1 by the Heat. And it really shouldn't have ended like that. Because Struce, I mean, it was a poor shot selection. Trying to go for the 2 for 1. Joe. Corner. Bridges. Foul. It's going to be 2 shots anyway. We're in the bonus. It was on the floor, but it's going to be shots. So 17.8. Yeah, 17.8 left in the quarter. Finney Smith is getting ready to check in for defensive purposes. First one is good. And I think it's imperative we go into the into the last quarter with a lead. So please don't give away a bucket. Joe to the bench for Cam Johnson. Thing 2. 80-79 the scoreline. Cam Thomas is also on the bench as being replaced by Dorian Finney-Smith. Second free throw by Bridges is good. Alrighty, 17 seconds left. And we've got the 5 back on the floor, aside from Royce and Ben, who are in for Clax and Spence. Bourier. Bam is back in. Takes on Ben. No fucking shot, that's a foul! You can't be serious, Ben! Oh, I can't be fucked. You've given a 2-way player 2 shots with 2 seconds left. What are you putting a hand there for? Can't be asked, man. Bane of my existence is watching Ben play basketball sometimes. First free throw is off. We get bailed out. We will have the lead at 3/4 time, barring an absolute calamity defending the offensive glass, defensive glass, whatever you want to say. Second free throw coming up now. And the free throw is good. We've got 2.7. Ben launches it. McCall got it. 2. Got it. 0.2 seconds left. I don't know how we got a shot out of that, but McCall is Mr. Fantastic. He has the longest arms in human history, and he somehow was able to keep the ball elevated on the catch, and then was able to vacate, or the defenders vacated him for some reason. He scores. Ben with the full court launch. What has Simmons do besides illegal screens, handoffs, and the most unnecessary fouls? I'll tell you one thing he does well. That. Launching full court passes that sometimes, most of the time, get turned over. But we'll give him a pass on this one because it worked. Bridges carrying. He's played really, really well, Mikal Bridges. Excellent third quarter. We talked about, the three-pointers needing to fall at some point. They did. And the defense also needed to lift. Both of those things happened. We now have 11 threes. We actually, since the point we were 6 of 24, we've made 5 of our last 7. The shooting's gone up. And you can see Cam Thomas 17 off the bench on only 9 shots. Joe's hit a couple threes. Mikal Bridges has done a bit of everything. He's got 26, 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, and on top of that, 2 blocks. He's a team high +6. No, he's not. Clax is a +7. He's got to be on the floor a lot. Clax. Cam Johnson has had some good looks. Hasn't converted, nor has Finney Smith. Those guys have probably got to get it going in the closing. We're not even going to look at the Heat. Actually, we will. And you can see for the Heat, they're not shooting it particularly well. Basically the same as how they were in the first half. The problem is the rebounding. It's actually stabilized and remained about the same as it was at halftime. But the offensive rebounding continues to be an issue. All 5 starters for the Heat in double figures. But you can see the free throw number. They've got, a few more. They've had 9 offensive rebounds, and a couple of those have been out of fortune. And we've been fairly unlucky. They've been long rebounds. Sometimes we've been in the wrong spot. Turnovers went down in that quarter, did they? Yeah, they sort of did. But we were forcing a few more than we did in the first half. We've already forced 3 in the quarter. Or 3 in that quarter. And in the first half, we conceded 3 total. So, here we go. Big last quarter. Mikal is on the bench, and it is going to be the Heat getting into some offense. Already Ben commits a foul 9 seconds in. Spence is in the game with Cam, which tells me that Cam's not getting run in the closing. Prediction? Well, if I'm going to be completely optimistic, I want us to win. I do think we have a good chance. I just have a funny feeling we're not going to win this game, but here we go. We'll see what this last quarter entails. Bam, the alley-oop. That's way too easy. No rotation. We didn't exploit that in the third quarter when we had the mismatches. Possibly need to play a bit of zone in this last quarter. So it's Johnson, O'Neal, Dinwiddie, Ben, and Cam, the 5 on the floor. Johnson lost the ball. Somehow still has it. We've got 7 to shoot. Cam is fouled by Robinson, who is going to be pinged with the blocking foul. Never before has such an exchange of plays happened this season. It will take a little bit of time for them to click. Ben just cannot switch. He can't switch. He's got to stay on Bam. There's no one that can physically match him up. Johnson is wide open, dude. You've had so many looks, Cam J. 2 of 9. And Ben set an excellent screen to give you the open look. Again. Bam. Easy dunk. And Jacques Bourne immediately the timeout. Couldn't be any more needed because right there is just poor defense. This is exactly what I said at halftime. Every Bam minute needs to have Clax on the floor. Spence with only 3 points, 2 shots. As I said, I'd rather him not take the shots if they're bad shots. I would much rather today play through Mikal Bridges. Much rather play through Mikal Bridges than Spence today. Hopefully the break helps our chemistry because it is horrific. It's not awful. For a team that has 4 new starters, it's actually not that bad. There was an awful game against the Knicks, but aside from that, the Sixers game we should have won. The what game? The Bulls game we did win. The Knicks game was atrocious. But for 2.5, 3/4, it was close. And then we've got this one, which has also been close basically the whole way. Alrighty. So 1 point lead to Miami. We will have possession out of the timeout. Alrighty. If you are enjoying the stream, though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe so you are notified when I go live next, which will be Nets Chicago. First game out the gate after the break we will be covering, and then we'll be doing Nets Hawks, which is the game after that. Just to give you a rough idea of what we are about. The Bulls and Sixers games were the only games I enjoyed from this team. Well, they were the 2 games that we played probably our best in. This game, I don't know whether I've enjoyed this game or not, because we're still, like, right there. Game's there for the taking. It has had a little bit less punch because we've missed so many threes. Cam Johnson, though, bro has had 9 threes and he's made 2. There's been a lot of good looks in there. Probably has never had this responsibility. Bam is hot, now it's over. Well, they're just passing the ball to him smartly. It's very simple, like the way they've got the first 2 buckets. He's simply just rolled to the basket. That is it. It hasn't been any form of complication. It's the simple stuff that's working. Cam is blitzed. Passes to other Cam. Ben. Spence. Royce. They're playing really good defense here. Spence chucks up a 3 and got it! How did he do that? Sometimes he's good on the catch and he knocks down his second bucket of the game, second 3 of the game. We've got the lead back. The Heat are missing 3 players. They're missing a few more than 3 players, I can tell you that. Probably 3 players that matter. Highsmith, Robinson, Cam, get the ball, got it. Oh my God, that fucking pest nearly got the ball. That 2-way player snuck up from behind after Cam was trying to get it ahead. Nearly stole it, but there was a foul prior. I don't know where it was. Little bit of a lock on, I think, in the pursuit for the ball. The lead is 2. Cam Thomas. High screen Royce. Shoots a 2. Got it! Let's go, Cam. I think you have to give him run the rest of the way. I think you have to give him run the rest of the way, man. He's shooting the ball lights out in this game. Bourier, cross, looking for Bam. Royce got in there and interrupted. And it will be a reset for the Heat. 4 to shoot. It's going to be a 3. Royce is there. Shoots a 3. Short. They got the board. And Highsmith flips it in. Typical. They're always in the right spot for the board. You couldn't pick it. Excellent defense by Royce. So stiff. Because the ball just lands exactly where they are. Cam maneuvers through. Didn't get the bounce. And the Heat rebound. Fuck's sake, man. So stiff on that previous possession. Did everything right. And fortune killed us. Backdoor cut by Highsmith. Royce just got out of the way, but it's a travel prior to the foul. Highsmith is bewildered. And it will be a side out for the Nets. Where is Clax? I'm very much for Clax being on the bench while they're playing small ball. They don't have Bam on the floor. Cam is out of the game. Thomas, that is. So he may be returning in the final 5 or so minutes. You've got to give him a breather. Bridges is back in. Ben, hand off to Johnson. Now to Royce. Out to Spence. Drive it, Spence. Drive it. Drive it. 5 to shoot. Pass to Johnson. Behind the back. In the paint. Oh my God! He wasn't even looking at the rim! The most blind shot I've ever seen in my life! Scores for 2. Got the bounce, and the lead's up to 4. Struce. Bourier. Oh, 2 from the elbow. That's a tough shot. We live with that. Oh, you can't be serious. 4 fucking players boxing out. Get the board. Seriously, bullshit foul. Bullshit foul to concede. The miss by Bouye was so bad, it hit the top of the backboard and we still couldn't get the rebound. Thought Twin 2 was a shooter and not a slasher. He actually has a reputation as a slasher as well, like backdoor cuts. Very good off-ball mover. But taking the ball, like taking it off the dribble, I didn't know he had that in his bag. Clax is back in the game, and you would suspect he's going to be doing that the rest of the way. Oh my god, fucking hell. Robinson, dude, is cracked. Somehow scored a 3 over Clax. Now all my thoughts are a bit cluttered. Johnson! Oh my god, he missed the dunk. I nearly was shook. He missed it. I was shaking in my seat from how hard he tried to slam it. Adebayo from the elbow. The 2 is long. The rebound by Royce. And now Dinwiddie. Switch. He's got Robinson on him. Bridges is going to back down Vincent. Got rid of him. Layup is too easy. And we're going to get a timeout by Spoelstra. And Mikal Bridges has been unbelievable today. Those who have just joined us, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing excellently well. If that makes any sense. The last couple of possessions have been eventful, to say the least, on offense. First, Cam Johnson scores a spin move layup without even looking at the basket. Then he tries to throw down a dunk with a serious level of authority and misses it. And then Mikal Bridges gets rid of Gabe Vincent altogether and scores an easy 2. Haven't seen Jimmy Butler in the game for a while. Bam has played independently, but Jimmy Butler really hasn't. Bridges finally showed up. Well, he's always been thereabouts. Last game he was off, but, you know, today he's been awesome. Let's have a look at the box score. You can see for the Nets, well, you can't see because I've got it in a really awkward spot for you. Cam's got 19 points. Can I just go up? Mikal has got 30. First 30-piece game for him. 15 to Johnson off, well, not off the bench, starting. Clax definitely got to play the rest of the game, especially with only 19 minutes under his belt. And you can see the bench, Ben and Cam have gotten the most run, but I think Cam needs to close this one out. For the Heat, they have, as I said, not shot the ball particularly well, but the offensive rebounding, forcing turnovers, all those things have kept them alive in this game. But you can see all 5 starters in double figures, and their bench, well, they've gotten a couple contributions there, but I think, well, we've got to ensure that we're locked in the rest of the way, don't we? Ben Simmons, 20 minutes, but 2 points. I tell you what, though, the 20 minutes haven't been a bad 20 minutes, because he's been able to, as much as, like, he cops a lot of shit for only being able to set screens, some of those are very valuable screens that free up shooters immediately after the handoff, and we've actually benefited from that some of the time. So it's not all about points, people. I just want you to fully realize that. It's not about points. It's about, you know, the little things as well. You can stuff the stat sheet. I can't even say that properly. You can stuff the stat sheet, but it could be very empty stats. Right here, though, we're seeing some good stats from, well, Mikal Bridges. Is Dorian Finney-Smith still in the game? Well, he hasn't been in the game for a while. Mikal Bridges has dominated. 3rd career game with 30 points, and I think we're going to need to see a little bit more down the stretch in order for things to be accomplished here today. Bam and Well, Butler's back on the floor. Martin is also back in. Robinson is a wide open three. Air ball! Shit! What a bad miss there. Bridges. Cross again. Foul. Got it! Ah! McCall! Thing one! Mr. Fantastic, call him whatever you want. Hung in the air. Got hit on the arm, falling to the floor, got it to go. +1. And it will be a make for Bridges. He's got 33 now. I think Cam's going to get run in the final 5 minutes. Brooklyn Bridges. Yeah, that's another one. We've got so many different nicknames we can call McCall, but I think I'm just going to give him respect. Oh, my God. What is that? Oh, my God. We got let off. Gabe Vincent was scoring fadeaway threes before. He's missed a blatantly wide open one. Bridges the Euro. Royce, one more. Johnson, kick out. Bridges, 3. Got it! Woo! Let's go! 36! Career high for McCall. I will do the celebration if he knocks down another 3. Dinwiddie leaves Martin alone under the basket, and that dampens the mood. 7-point game. 6 minutes to play. We have the upper hand, but long way to go. Spence. Bridges again. Drive. Layup. Got it! He is unstoppable! Bro, he's got 38! Butler. High screen, bam. Kick out. Martin doesn't shoot the 3. It's a take foul by Spence. He's a bit mystified by the call. But at the 5:31 mark, we have a 9-point lead. I believe it's our biggest of the game. Bro, McCall is just so smooth with it. He's like Kyle Anderson, but like proper. With like a serious wingspan. Bam, backs down McCall. High arcing jump shot for 2 is good. 5 minutes to play. Dinwiddie's picked up at half court. Doesn't shoot the 3. Pass the Bridges, drive again. Kick out. No charge. Martin is on the deck. Bridges is in the corner wide open. He got it! Oh, that was such a bad interpretation. But he got it. Bro, McCall's got 41! If you're enjoying this proper entertainment, make sure to show your support. Drop a like and subscribe, but the fact Caleb Martin got decked by McCall, who was trying to take the charge, it could have easily been a charge. It also could have been a blocking foul. The ref let it go, and Bridges ultimately was wide open in the corner for a simple regulation 3-pointer. Subscribe if you're new. But, wow. I'm going to really enjoy doing this now. It's going to be my new 3 to the temple. Look like a bit of a psycho with it, but you know what? Let's go! Come on. 103.93. The Brooklyn Brigade is also jumping on that bandwagon. The bench is jumping on that bandwagon of the celebration. Where is Curry? On the bench where he belongs, man. He's offered nothing in this first half, or in that first half. And rightfully has not stepped foot on the floor in this second half. And it's paid dividends, at least to this point in the game. McCall's been insane. Alrighty, 103.93. We've got 5 minutes to play. The Heat facing, well, a deficit in double figures for the first time tonight as well. And defense is where it's begun. We've been able to force stops, some bad shot selection. Royce deflected the pass. The Heat got it back. Strus, will he shoot the three? It's not on. Johnson gets a hand in there. Bam at the elbow, picked up by Johnson. 2 to shoot. Oh my fucking God. How did he get that to go? 2 seconds to shoot, and Bam, well, Johnson's basically smothered him. And Bam says rejoice as he scores the 2, and he's going to the free throw line for 1 more. Come on. Those ones you can't give up. 1.9 ago, we had forced them into an absolutely perilous situation, a nightmare if you will, and they somehow get 3 points out of it. So Spence, McCall, Clax, Royce, and Cam Johnson 5 on the floor. No Finney-Smith in the closing. Bridges takes on Highsmith, shoots the 2. Oh my God, he's literally scorching 43 for Bridges. We're 75% from the field in the quarter. Clax with the block and the follow-up. Leaves it for Spence. Royce, pass to the corner. Johnson's open. Got it! Twin 2! It was Twin 1, and now it's Twin 2 getting in on the act. Bam the reverse. It's off. And a foul. Royce was off to the races if it wasn't a foul. And it's going to be 2 shots coming up for Bam Adebayo. Excellent work. We're hearing the Brooklyn chants. And finally, Cam Johnson gets one to go. Clax is hyped. It's going to be shots, though. 3:47 to play in this game. Bam at the free throw line. He's single-handedly keeping him in it because they can't buy a bucket from the field. Bam makes free throw number 1. The game is not over yet, but indeed, Dark Shadow. Great defense to offense. Couldn't say it any better. Caleb Martin's back in the game. Or is it Cody? I don't know which one. Take note of Spence's assists on Bridges' threes. That's why he's on the floor. Well, yeah, Spence is, a calming presence at the point. Usually doesn't turn it over. Bam, misses the second. Or, well, he does turn it over, but much less than he did in his first stint at Brooklyn. That's what experience does to you. Bridges, 1-on-1 with Bam. Drive, 2. Didn't get the bounce this time. 11-point game, 3:30 to play. Martin. They're 1-11-0 run away from getting back in the game. We need to get stops. Strus. We double. Bam. Kick out. Martin's wide open. Oh my God. Cam Johnson with a few theatrics on the closeout. He was clapping his hands like crazy, doing the Luke Cornett. And it paid dividends. They missed that one long. And now Bridges backs down Strus. Kick out. Dinwiddie. 1 more. Leaves it for Johnson. 4 to shoot. Dinwiddie. 3. Ice. Got it. That's it. We talked about the threes basically being the decisive factor in this game. The minute we could start making them, the minute we would break this game wide open. Bam scores over Clax. But the threes, we've missed 1 of our 6 in this last quarter, and it's no coincidence the lead has ballooned. So McCall, he's going to take on Strus here. Shoots over him. 3 is long. That is not it. 2 minutes to play. Martin. Bam. Drives on Clax. Had him in the air. Did well to not commit the foul. And Clax with the board. Picks up his dribble. And Royce. Well, I forgot to start the timer. Let's put it at 150 because that's where it's about to exceed. 53, 52, 51, 50. 8 to shoot. Spence, does he have ice in his veins? He passes it out to Royce. Faked the pass, went down the middle. 1 more. Bridges! How did he get that off? The backdoor cut, he scored it with like 0.1 on the clock. And the two-handed flush is the exclamation point on this win. 45 for Mikel. Oh my God, dude. Martin drives the spin. Royce, good defense. It was an air ball. They got the second chance at it. Then they got the third chance. And Cam Johnson will pick up the foul. 2 shots for Butler at the free throw line with 1:16 to play. But this one is over, ladies and gentlemen. This one is over. Oh, bro, Mikel, how did he get that one off? The Heat break the ton. Cam Thomas is back in the game. Just to get in on the party. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the stream as well. We'll be back after the All-Star break for Nets Bulls and then Nets Hawks. Butler is perfect on both free throws and the lead is back down to 12. But what a way to go into the All-Star break, huh? A big win against a neighboring side in the East. Mikel's 45 points. Mikel drives down the middle. 2 is off. He's missed his last 3 shots, but you know what? You can't blame him. He's scored about 15 in this last quarter. Bam got rid of Royce and scores the 2, and it's back down to 10 with 50 seconds to play. Johnson's got to get it past halfway. 17, 16. There we go. And now he probably will be fouled, or we'll let the clock run out. One of the two. Johnson looking for Spence. Gets it to Cam. We're just going to let the clock run. Royce shoots a 3, and he got it. There we go. Just to throw the hammer down just a little bit more, but that's going to do it. Mikel Bridges, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Brooklyn. Yes! Mikel! Thing 1. Vincent drives, gets the 2, and Royce will run the ball up, and that will do it. 116-105. I think say earlier in this game, if we could score, keep them under 105, 115 points would be enough. It basically ended exactly like that. Bridges the new Jordan. Okay. Now we're just getting ahead of ourselves. But in terms of him being a fan favorite, it's undisputed. I already love this guy. He did everything today. Last game, it was a down performance. Everyone performed pretty poorly. But today, statement. Alrighty. Nice fourth quarter effort. Go Nets. I want to actually see how many points did we score in the last? Because that was borderline. We only scored 33 points. But defensively, that's where the difference was at. But Mikel also, I mean, zone defense seemed to be a problem for us to navigate a lot of the time. But Mikel Bridges was able to manipulate and exploit that. You know, we had open players in the corners. It was selfish team play that we're able to find those guys in the corners. We were knocking down 3-pointers, which always helped. But then Mikel, you know, being able to go against the zone and knock down mid-range jump shots as well really helped us get the victory and keep the scoreboard ticking and make it more difficult for the Heat to actually, you know, score on the offensive side because they were playing half-court offense basically the whole time. I'll go back up to Steven's comment. He said, I'm still jealous that you guys got a big return for trading KD and giving us Jay Crowder. You're welcome for the 5 second-round draft picks. Well, it was only 2. You got rid of 5, but 3 went to Indy. The Nets have a lot to work with moving forward. We do. That's the good thing. We're going to get games like this. We're going to get games like the Knicks. But you know what? I'm going to be here for the ride, and I hope you guys are going to be as well. The support was excellent today. But if you did enjoy the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We're closing in on 1,000 subs. I'm going to be fairly arrogant and say that I think I deserve it. But I also think that, you know, at the same time, I owe it to you guys for making the streams what they are now, because they never were like this. So we've got to stay humble as well. We don't talk about the Knicks game. We've got to recognize where we came from. You know, last game, there were a lot of things that we got criticized for. I think Jacques Vaughn got a lot of shit thrown at him for potentially making some wrong decisions. But today, credit to him. He made the tough decisions. You know, we talked about, I'll go to the box score because it will actually help my discussion here. I love this, but we need to use Ben Moore as well, if not trade him for a decent big man or true forward. We've got to run with him because his value is so low. But if we talk about from whining to lauding, make up your mind. Hey, look, it's the typical fan thing to do, to get pissed one game and then be happy the next. Be annoyed at a player one game and then be happy the next. Because I can't say I was happy with Mikal Bridges' performance last game. But today he switched it on. So there's obviously full reason to be excited today and be unhappy about what happened the other day. But we talk about the box score. And, wow. Okay, I'm just going to start with the Heat and then we'll go across to the Nets. But you can see Jimmy Butler did fuck all this game. If I'm going to put it bluntly, he did fuck all. 13 points, did nothing. Absolutely played off the floor by Mikal. Bam was very good, 24 and 13, plus 6 dimes, but I think Clax did really well. Playing on Jimmy Butler in the second half, you would have noticed that he actually was the guy that started on Jimmy Butler in a half-court set, and ultimately, if they did a pick and roll with Bam, Clax would end up being on Bam in the switch, so it actually favored us a little bit more. You can see Strus 18, but the efficiency went out the window for the Heat in the second half. Didn't really shoot the ball more than 46%, had 29% from 3, and you can see the assist number was not very high. A lot of isolation. You can see the offensive rebounding was 12. That proved to be a little bit of an issue, and the turnovers were only 8. The free throw number was 29, but they missed quite a few. But we're now going to go down to the Nets, and we're going to analyze what actually went right. And you can see that, well, Cam Johnson actually kicked off the last quarter on the right foot with that crazy spin move, blind layup, somehow got it to go. But you can see Bridges out of the corner of your eye. You can see out of the corner of your eye, Bridges, 17 of 24, 4 of 6 from 3. We'll go extended as well. You can see 7 free throws. And then you can also see, well, I'm just going to go back up. 5 dimes, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals, team high plus 17. Did absolutely everything, and 3 offensive rebounds. That guy did nothing wrong today. Nothing. Jimmy Butler, no influence. On top of that, you know, the intangible things that you can't measure, he also did well at. It's just crazy. Clax didn't really do much, but defensively, we talk about his impact, and I also said that going into the second half, he needed to have at least 15 minutes. He got that. And, well, it went a long way, didn't it? He picked up 5 personal fouls, but he was on 3 personals for quite a while, and then 4 for quite a while. So, you know, second half, we needed him to be on the floor as much as possible, and he was. And then we talk about Mikal Bridges. We said he needed to get run in the second half. He had 18 points at halftime, and he had only played 14 minutes and done a bit of everything as well. So there was no reason he shouldn't have gotten more time. And in the second half, Jacques Vaughn absolutely listened because he gave him 22 minutes. 22 out of a possible 24, and there's no reason... Well, that's the blatant reason we got over the line. We played our best player basically the maximum amount of minutes. And he's very durable. He doesn't get injured. And he's a team player. So I don't really understand what you would hold him out for. There's zero reason. Spence didn't really do too much today, but he scored a big bucket when needed. Scored a couple threes in the last quarter and, you know, facilitated the offense when required and did what he needed to do. It's really that simple. Sometimes Spence doesn't need to have a good, impact on the game. He doesn't need to have 15 shots, 20 shots, I would have much rather him done this and we get the win than him chuck up, 21 shots the other day on bad efficiency and lose after scoring 20 in the first half. I would much rather the performance today because he got out of Mikal Bridges' way, identified the hot hand, and just, got out of his way. He knew what the right thing to do was. Royce, I'm going to give him props as well because he got some extended run in the second half, as Miracle Tree is flagged. And you know what? Yeah, I think that was a key part as well because he made things very disruptive for the opposition and it was always, tough going when he was on the floor. He played basically the entire last quarter, so I'm going to give him credit where credit is due. And then Cam Thomas, that is the offensive firepower we needed last game, the game before that. He only played 11 minutes in the second half, but I think the time he played those minutes with Spence off the floor was perfectly done. They brought him in at the start of the third quarter. He was the first sub, and he just switched on like that. He knocked down a couple of threes without a miss, and that really got us back in the game. We had been down 3 to 7 points, 3 to 9 points, and those threes made it close the rest of the way, and actually, we didn't really look back from that point on. So I think despite him only getting 21 minutes, they were, in the second half, very well allocated by Jacques Vaughn. I think he deserves to get, respect for what he did today. Seth Curry, he didn't play him 1 minute in the second half, and he did nothing in the first half. So that is the accountability thing. Jacques Vaughn prides himself on it. So he lived up to what he's been saying and said, well, Seth Curry, you've done nothing. We want you there for offense. If you're not going to deliver that, then you don't deserve to play. Ben Simmons, 5 personals in 20 minutes. He did a pretty good job on Bam, the few minutes that he was on him. But I tell you what, Ben, I don't know what a good game is in anyone's books, but, he was able to facilitate pretty well today, and he was able to free players up for threes. They didn't go down most of the time, but there were open looks there, and Ben was actually being the provider on that. So, yeah. And Joe, 13 minutes, but, he knocked down a couple of threes when we needed the offense. So, let's have a look at the chat now because I've got a lot to read through here. Actually, let's just go down quickly. You can see overall shooting the ball, 53% from the field. But here's what I said. At halftime, we said that the threes, once they get converted, I've said this a couple times, but once the threes get converted, we would break the game wide open. That would be the decisive factor in a win or a loss, the outcome today. We were 6 of 24 in the third quarter. Cam Thomas comes into the game. What happens? From that point, when Cam started knocking down threes, 11 of 15. 11 of 15 from 3, which is just an absurd rate to score your 3-pointers at. But that was the decisive factor. Because, yeah, we had 17, and they had what? 8. So there you go. 9 extra points from threes, and we won by 10. So there you go. We had 26 dimes. That number lifted in the second half. That's sort of reaching KD Kyrie era levels. And then we can look at the free throw number. Free throw number was not that great. Second half, it dropped off a little bit, but didn't really matter in the end. We got out rebounded by 6, but that, was around about the same mark the whole game. And the turnover number, big thing, because at 3/4 time, the turnover number was 10. It ends at 11. So not only were we knocking down shots, making threes, we weren't turning the ball over. So basically everything the Heat had going for them, even the offensive rebounding dried up until right at the end when the game was all said and done. But everything we needed to execute on and rectify in terms of them being issues, we did that in the last quarter, and that's ultimately where the separation was created. Big win. I wouldn't say it was a 10-point win, but it was a win nonetheless. And now we will just, well, I'll look at the chat first, and then we'll close this one out. Got to fix the eyebrow, of course. Alrighty, let's have a look at what people are saying in the chat. I'm more of a die-hard hockey fan than basketball fan, no offense. No need to say no offense. But I've slowly gotten into basketball a bit more in recent memory. Hope you guys run it back again. Well, yeah, we've got no incentive to tank. The Knicks game never happened. It got cancelled due to flooding and will be made up on Feb 30. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I don't recall a game happening a couple days ago. He got clamped by Bridges. He did. Royce needs to score. I think he did exactly what was required of him today. Dodo needs to get back in rhythm. I think that was another big call by Jacques Bourne that worked. He ran Royce over Dorian Finney-Smith, and to be fair to him, Royce, I think, probably had more of a sizable impact than Dorian today. And as I said, another tough decision needed to be made by Jacques, and he stuck to his, he stayed adamant with what he believes or believed would work, and we, paid dividends. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, let me just go back here. I placed $300 on the Nets to win the whole thing. Gee, I mean, that's bold. You'll probably be winning big if you get it done. Who is going to beat the Knicks when Brunson and Hart go 25 of 35 from the field? Nets doing very well. Well, yeah, those games are few and far between, so that won't happen more often than not. We just got pretty stiffed by the fact that they decided to be scorching in our game. Royce played some good minutes, yeah, as we've said. Bold move right the hell, like your confidence, but I think the Nets need time to see what they have first before they go all in. Yeah, we definitely need to suss out in the off season. Take a step back and see what the roster, who needs to stay there for the long haul and who doesn't. I figured that should it click, which I reckon it will, those odds would plummet, so it is a punt, I guess. Well, yeah, 100%. More than 9 extra points. No, well, it's not 9 extra. Wait. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it's more than 9 extra points. Shit, it's 27 extra points. Yeah. Thanks for pulling me up on that one, because that's a bit of a mare by me. Great energy in today's call. These wins mean so much in the post-KD era. I think that's why I can get more hyped and get behind this team more, because the expectations are lower and wins are going to be more few and far between. I think, now we're not going to take these games for granted. We know what the team's capable of. The ceiling isn't as high, but that means every single game counts more, and that means the wins count more. So it's just, yeah. If the Nets did become the Swamp Dragons, like they planned on doing at one point, how would you feel? Swamp Dragons? What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. I actually don't know what you mean, though. Please elaborate. We will be wrapping up shortly. I just want to hang around a little bit longer because we've got a few of you staying back. And obviously last stream in about 9 days. We may have a video in between, potentially analyzing Macau's game. A little video, so if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. They almost rebranded as Swamp Dragons in the 90s or 80s. Really? Honestly, that is the dumbest name I've ever heard in my life. I actually need to do a bit of research on this. You know what? I may actually do a video on it. Now that you've brought attention to it, I may actually need to do it. And also, I want to keep you guys in the know about something I have planned in the off season that I plan to execute. The only thing I'm going to talk about or mention to keep you guys on edge is It is talking about past Nets games. That's all I'm saying. It'll be a series, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm giving away. But I do have a rough idea in mind. It's going to be about the execution, but as I've also mentioned, yeah, we're going to try that and see if that works. But I'm just letting you know, just so you can keep aware. I reckon that Dinwiddie is a fantastic closeout player. His clutch. Royce is clutch also. Well, Dinwiddie is just yeah, he's pretty calm, as I said. A calming presence as a facilitator. Yeah, sometimes the threes are just really irrational, but on the catch today, he was pretty lethal. And they were some big 3-pointers at some key times. Royce, yeah, he's knocked down quite a few 3-pointers in, clutch situations this season as well. So it's been really good to see. Really good to see. But yeah, I think that's going to do it from me. As I said, we will be having more streams. We're doing more streams down the stretch. I will, on the community tab, stay tuned. The community tab, I will repost what I did about a month ago with regards to the games that are remaining in the season, or in the season that I'll be doing watch-alongs for, just so you guys can not pre-plan, but you have a rough idea, and just so I can be transparent with what I'm doing. But yeah, we'll be doing the Bulls game, first game out the gates after the break. And I may do a video, given McCall's just dropped 45, career high, breakout game potentially. I think that I may do a video on McCall's game, and I also may do a video on this Swamp Dragons thing that you guys are discussing, because I'm actually very interested now. Before we got the Bucks, we had the Hawks until they moved to St. Louis and then to Atlanta. I do remember that. I am aware of that. Well, I don't remember that because I wasn't born in 51, but I do remember hearing about that, should I say. Anyway, that's going to do it from me. Any final thoughts? Just let them fly now. But yeah, as I said, couple videos probably to fill time in these 9 days where there won't be games. But yeah, and make sure to show your support on the way out as well. If you are new around here, I have seen a few of you that are new. Make sure to subscribe if you want to stay notified for more shit like this. We've got a nice little community, pretty healthy environment, so I'm pretty happy that that is the case. And sometimes we have disputes and little discussions and arguments, but that's what makes it, I think. That's what you want out of experiences like this, because it's very easy to have chat comments and not read them, or read them and just say nothing. But I think the important thing is, it's basically what I want is, I want this to be like a live Twitter column that isn't Twitter, if that makes any sense. We can talk live about the game, we can talk live about Nets topics, we can talk live about topics that actually make sense, as opposed to all the surface level crap that's on Twitter. That's what I want out of this. The Nets' future is looking bright, coming from a Bucks fan. Milwaukee all the way, and the Nets train just keeps on rolling. Yeah, Milwaukee are very scary. But I honestly couldn't pick who's gonna exit the East and the West, let alone who's gonna win the finals this year. So yeah, I'm loving Joe Ingles at the Bucks. He's been awesome. He actually really has been. At 35, still keeping on. Okay. That's gonna do it. I'm absolutely scorching in my room. Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up here. We're going to regroup. Hopefully we can exit the break. Last thing I want to do, actually, before we leave is I'm sort of rambling a little bit, but we're just going to go check out the standings very, very quickly because I think this is going to be important. Gee, the Cavs closed down on the Sixers, but the Sixers held them off. The Pacers beat the Bulls, which is good because the Bulls are the 12th seed right now, no, the 11th seed. And ultimately, the only way we won't make or have a chance at the playoffs is if we fall out of the 10 seed and into that 11 seed. So the Pacers doing well there. Let me just have a look. Yeah, the Pacers scored 75 in the second half. No DeRozan for the Bulls. They're just pretty trash. The Knicks destroyed Atlantis. That makes things even more condensed. But now we are 2 games ahead of New York, and 2.5 games ahead of Miami, who have dropped to 7, which is decent. We're still 2.5 games back from the Cavs and 4.5 from the Sixers, but I think the key is here we've just got to remain afloat. And as I said, the odds of us falling out now, especially with us winning today, the Bulls going down another loss, means that we now have an 8-game cushion on the 11 seed. So making up 8 games in, 20... How many games did the Bulls have? 24 games? That's going to be incredibly tough. Like, if we simply go 12-12 the rest of the way, they're going to have to win 20 and lose 4. Like, it's... The odds of us falling out are pretty low. There's no incentive for us to be shit either. Alrighty. Nothing but sport. Hello. I don't remember you, probably because you've changed your name. Dinwiddie to be appreciated for team offense and team defense. Very smart player, recognizes who has the hot hand. Yeah, as I said, he just got out of the way of McCall and let him cook. That's gonna do it though. I'm done here. I'm officially done with this game. Now we focus on the next, which is Nets Bulls, and we were just talking about the Bulls needing to make 8 games up on us in order for us to drop out. And the odds of that, unless we are absolutely awful, pretty low chances of that happening. Obviously, we have another chance to put the nail in the coffin with the match against them right after the All-Star break. We win that, we're 9 games ahead of them, and we've probably sealed our chance of, making at least the play-in. Anyway, that'll do it from me. Hope you enjoy this All-Star break. Much like myself, take the time to regroup. We're not going to have to be anxious about close games for 9 days, so make sure to embrace it. Stay safe as always. And, here's to another good run towards the postseason, I think. Did we win that game by 10 or 11, by the way? Yeah, 11. Okay. That'll do it. So long, people. As I said, have a good one. We'll see you soon. Thank you for the support as always. And, stay safe. Bye-bye. Ciao.